welcome. This is going to be interesting. The screen is looking so white. I think YouTube is doing something to screens these days. What exactly is happening? It looks good. Welcome. Thank you for joining this live. Thank you for the like. Welcome. Welcome. Let's meet. Let's chat. Interesting. The I'm still amazed at the screen, the display. So bold. How is it on your device? Let me know how it looks on your device. Welcome, Fila. Good to have you here again. Thank you for joining in. Please remember to double tap on the screen as you join in. Remember to like this live. The more you like, the more the algorithm will push this to many more people. Let's meet, let's chat, and let's talk about mental health. Fila, thank you. It's a pleasant evening from this side. Where are you joining from, Fila? Good evening to you. And what time is it in your location? Please confirm. Let me know if you can hear me clearly. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining in. Hello, Lee Boy 65. Welcome to this live. Thank you for joining in. Okay, Fila from Iraq. Okay, Fila, have you been on my live before on this any of my streaming? Thank you all for joining in. Thank you for the like. Yeah, I was just talking about how I'm finding this display very amazing. You know, the screen just came up so bold and wide. I don't know how it is on your screen, but it's really looking good. So let's meet, let's chat. Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? Thank you for joining in. How is Iraq today, Fila? And what time is it in Iraq? Lee Boy saying hello, hello Lee Boy. Thank you for joining in. Kindly double tap on the screen to like this live. Welcome to this live. Streaming live from Nigeria. Where are you watching from? Okay, it's 10:49 a.m. Thank you for the feedback, Fila. Hope I got the pronunciation. Fila or Fila. Hope it's Fila. Victor. Thank you for joining in. Have you been on my live stream before? Have you ever been on my live stream? Please let me know. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. 0458BS. Thank you for your comments. I can see, hey, you're very cool and your stream is good. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for your comments. On this side, we're having some power issues. Thank God for backup. Okay, I hope you can still see me. Yes. So welcome everyone for joining in. Just Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the feedback, Phila. Phila says I was one time doctor. Wow. Doctor, you mean medical doctor? Because I'm a medical doctor. So what type of doctor? And then if you're a medical doctor, if you mean medical, then what were you doing and why are you no longer calling yourself a doctor? What do you mean by I was one time doctor? So tell me, oh, you mean you were one time? Okay. You mean you were one time on my live stream, right? Fila. Okay, I thought you meant you were one time a doctor. Okay, you mean you were on my live stream at a time. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I get it now. Thank you so much, Sheila. So much. Sometimes I think I need to really do more of showing up so that there won't be gaps in recognizing my people, great audience and community. All right. So, but I know that we've met before on this platform. Thank you for joining in and thank you for the like. Thank you for your comment. Now I believe there is sound. Okay, thank you, Phila. You say it's good. Now it's good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Yes, yes, sir. And Sadi Bumper says like none. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you for joining the community. Yes, I remember Sandy. Since you are from, where are you from, Sandy? Kindly remind me. Sandy, where did we meet? Sandy. And Sandy says, like, Don, thank you for the like, okay? And Sandy says, good day, everyone. Yes, good day, everyone from Sandy. Sandy, where are you joining from? Jamaica, yes, Jamaica. And then I think we met on the whose stream, whose live then. Kindly remind me. So thank you, Sandy. How is Jamaica? Jamaica. And then what time is it in Jamaica? Yes, comes. Yes, comes live. Comes live. Yes, thank you. Yes, I was trying to remember that. Thank you so much. Yes, yes, yes. For those that are yet to connect with Cams and then Sandy, these are content creators, wonderful, um, with great skill at what they do and giving so much support to one another. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sandy. It's 2:54 p.m. That's interesting. All right. So, would you do you have any topic of interest, any question? One of the things that I my channel is actually focused on is helping people to identify common um, medical health conditions that could actually be picked early enough or better still prevented. We say prevention is better. It's actually cheaper than cure or having to treat and complications. So that's why we emphasize the need to do regular medical check, especially if you're above 40 or even 30. You need to have a regular medical check. Okay, not because you have any symptom or any medical condition already diagnosed, but because you just need to have it and then keep checking, keep keeping fit, keep eating uh, that balanced meal, being consistent in what you do. All right. So, for emphasis, mental health is a major aspect of our overall health. and it's very crucial, very important to our living life maximally. All right. So I know you understand what I'm talking about. Have you ever got into some emotional states, quite disturbing, and how has that affected you at one time or the other? All right. So, but when you are at your best mentally, you can even be more productive. Can even be more productive at whatever you do, whether you are a content creator or you are a businessman running businesses, or you are a professional in whatever field. Your productivity isn't just tied to how energetic you are, how strong or how bold you are. It's also connected to how mentally stable you are. And talking about your mental health, it's that ability that you have that makes you to be able to cope with stresses of life, be able to do your mental work, cognitive function, and you're able to be a very productive member of the society. All right. So, according to the World Health Organization, okay, health is defined as a state of complete physical, mental, or social well being, and not merely the absence of disease. So, the mental aspect cannot be neglected. Interestingly, people all over the world, many people are suffering from mental health. Okay, okay. Thank you for staying tuned. Now, Sandy, I saw your question on causes of what can cause swollen feet. Okay, what can cause swollen feet? Many things can cause swollen feet, including, let me start from trauma. If there's an injury, someone hits their feet, or they have a contact with something uh, that that just disturbs that part of the body. Definitely, there can be a swelling, pain, and even bleeding, depending on the extent of the contact. Okay, and if the individual also has an infection, and that's common in people with diabetes, for example. I hope you can still hear me and you can see me. People with diabetes, there's a tendency, if the blood sugar is not well controlled, the individual can also have infection from any wound in that leg, and then the feet can become swollen. Okay, so that's talking about infection, and other causes may include a a we call it a cancer, for example, affecting the muscles or the bone of that part. All right, and then other causes, some people it could be congenital, and then for some people the other factors may be systemic. Systemic, apart from diabetes, people with kidney problems, people with hypertension, now complicated with a renal problem. Such an individual may have swollen feet when there's a problem with the kidneys. So the kidney is not able to actually filter appropriately water and the salt. All right, so that can also. Thank you, Sandy, for the feedback. Thank you. You say you can hear me, so that can also cause it. Other uh, renal problems include nephrotic syndrome, glomerulonephritis. These are some conditions of the kidney that can actually cause an individual to have swollen feet. Other causes, sedentary lifestyle, basically, also just being sedentary, not moving. When an individual becomes overweight or obese, these are some of the things that could happen. Other some people from prolonged standing, walking. So there has to be a balance between your activity and inactivity. All right. So you cannot afford to be overactive if there's anything like that, and then you cannot afford to be inactive. All right. So that can also cause swollen feet. What else? Other things. Yes. Okay, Sandy, thank you for the feedback. Sandy says, my feet swells, but mostly when I'm moving about. Okay, so that's one of the possible causes. So that's why you need to actually note the importance of balancing your activities. You shouldn't get involved in too stressful activities. That overstretching can actually cause that, while also under activity can also cause it. All right, so you need to balance, ensure that you are resting appropriately, giving yourself necessary rest. And with this, now you may need to have some screening done. Basically, if you are checking up with your physician, definitely we need to run some tests apart from the questions that your doctor may ask you. Okay, you need to run some tests like you have indicated there. You said you did a kidney test last week and it's good, very good, very good. So that's very good. So that means we are now we are eliminating any pathology now, because we talk about the kidney function, even the liver uh, could also be a cause. There are different reasons. If an individual begins to accumulate fluid from a liver disease, for example, it can become something that is beyond the abdomen and can now spread to the feet. So if you have done a kidney test, it's very good, and that test is normal. It's a good one. So I'm happy to hear that. So if there are other tests that have been done, of course, you need to follow up with your physician. And then, what is your doctor's recommendation? What are the doctor's recommendations for you? Of course, you will need to, like I said, ensure that you are balancing your activity with rest. All right, so that means you should reduce long distance walking. You should rest appropriately, and when you are seated, you may raise your feet on a stool. Okay. I hope you can still hear me. Hope I'm audible. Okay, so you can rest your feet appropriately. When you rest your feet, you raise it. The gravitation occurs, and the fluid goes back to the system. All right. When you are on your bed, also you can raise with a pillow under your legs. That will also help. Okay. Okay, Sandy Bumper says, yes, because I was curious. Doctor said I must change my diet and exercise. All right, so your doctor will definitely probably taking some information on your diet, your dietary pattern. So if you have been taking lots of salt-laden meals, processed foods, um, heavy protein consumption, those could also lead to swellings, and you need to check that. The exercising is very important. Just like I said, if you are not active well enough, that can affect. And if you are also overdoing it, it can also affect. Now, elevate. Okay, you elevate your feet. Okay, that's what you do. Great, great, great. So I like what you did, bumper Sandy bumper. Yeah, it's always good to check. You don't wait till the symptom gets worse before checking with your doctor. And it's always good to do that checkup so that you are sure everything is fine. And then one of the reasons for doing a checkup is to just be able to pick things early. If there's any, there are changes taking place in the body that may uh, be deadly, person can quickly address and make necessary changes, and treatment, proper management can be given to such an individual. All right, Sadi, thank you for sharing your experience with us. All right, so we can entertain questions, question, question, and all right. So, any more questions? Questions are welcome. If you are just joining in, remember to double tap on your screen to like this live, and if you have any question, any uh, so if you are just joining in, let me know where you are joining from. So, okay, recently I uploaded a video on suffering in silence, actually talking about mental health, how people who are sometimes selfless tend to neglect themselves. All right, so we will be catching up again soon. So that was a short one to meet and chat. All right, okay. Before we go, Sadi says, is there a special age limit for women to go through menopause? Okay. Okay, let's quickly talk about this. Hope you can still hear me. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Is there a special age limit for women to go through menopause? There's actually no special age limit. There are different factors that determine menopause. Menopause is that state where a woman stopped having a regular menstrual cycle. That's monthly cycle, and that is uh, going from more than 6 months now up to a year. If you have not seen your menstrual cycle, if you have not had it like you normally have, if you have not seen your menses, then you may be in menopause. So it can be as early as 40, as early as even 35 for some people, depending on some factor. So genetic factor is a very important factor. So sometimes you need to ask, okay, at what age did your mother or sister or an aunt in the family, or is there a pattern to perimenopausal state or menopausal state in the family? So with that, you can actually predict the likely is a likelihood of developing menopause around that period. So other factors will include reproductive life experiences, if there are other comorbidities, like if the individual, the woman has uterine fibroid or some other gynecological conditions. So this can affect. And then of course, diet is another important aspect. If the woman is not, the female is not eating balanced meals, not eating adequately, because being underweight, being undernourished can actually affect menstrual cycle and also predispose a woman to early menopause. Also, even overeating, being overweight or obese, poor diet generally can cause um, early menopause. Okay, so it can be as late as 55 for some women. Okay, menopause. So some symptoms of menopause, of course, especially hot flushes, some changes in mood. Those times you can begin to see the woman becoming more emotional, maybe more sensitive, expressive, maybe in terms of anger or sadness, withdrawn. These are some of the symptoms that an individual uh, with around the menopause, around menopause may have. Interestingly, some women may not even be able to explain what they are feeling. All right, so uh, it's until they consult, such a woman consults with her doctor, that the doctor may now ask questions and begin to check and be sure that, oh, this is something related to menopause. So because of the hormonal changes, there are changes in mood. In fact, even the sexual life of the individual or the woman may change. Definitely, because of the changes in the hormones. So there is really no age limit. We only talk about range. Okay, range can be as early as 35, 40 years to 55 years. Okay, Fila says, thank you, doctor, for making videos and helping people. You're welcome, Fila. Thank you for your feedback. I just hope that more people can join in and then benefit from the discussion, the chats that we are having, and more people can join the community, join the video. I don't know why people keep giving feedback, but I don't know why YouTube is here to bring in more people to connect. So looking forward to a bigger community, but we'll keep giving as much as we can as we are presently. I'll keep doing more. Is there a special? Okay, we talked about that. Thank you, doctor, for making videos and helping people. Yes, we thank God. Fila. Okay, Sadi says, hi, Fila. Okay, Fila says, I hope you have a nice time. Thank you, Fila. Okay, Fila says, hello, Sadi. And Sadi says, blessings, Fila. Thank you, Sadi. Okay, thank you for the greetings, exchanging greetings, and connecting. So let's meet, let's chat. All right, Sadi, thank you. Thank you. I hope you'll be able to join me when I show up again soon. Okay, I'll be closing on this live now. All right. I hope that's okay. Oh, okay. Can I even adjust this lighting now? That's interesting. So thank you for joining in. I'll see you again later. Bye for now. Bye.